All right, low salt will make you tired. Now this probably, I should have probably put right here, low amounts of salt just to make it more of a complete sentence, but you get the meaning. There's a symptom called keto fatigue. This is so easy to fix if you understand the mechanism, which I'm about to explain. All right, so here's an average person before keto. They're holding on a lot of stored sugar, okay? It's called glycogen. For every gram of glucose that is stored, they store 3 grams of fluid, or water. So when you store glucose, you are holding on to a tremendous amount of water, like 3 times as much. You're a fluid-filled sponge. Then you start keto, right? You lose the water, and guess what else you're going to lose? The salt. The loss of sodium triggers a hormone in your adrenals. You start massively increasing this hormone right here called aldosterone. And aldosterone is an adrenal hormone, has a purpose of making sure you don't lose all your sodium because you can't live without sodium. Within 2 weeks, if you completely cut out sodium, you will die. So you need sodium to live. So this is a very important survival hormone to make sure you don't lose all the sodium. Now here's the problem. When you start increasing aldosterone, you at the same time lose the potassium. So now we have a situation where we already lost our sodium, now we're going to drop our potassium. Now just from that alone, that can cause fatigue. That can cause muscle cramps. Next point is that because you just lost the water and salt, you're going to start to become dehydrated, so you're going to get thirsty. So most people, when they're thirsty, they start drinking more water, but they may not add salt with it. So when you drink more water without the salt or sodium, you start diluting this electrolyte mixture, and now we go from a sodium deficiency to a worsened sodium deficiency. Okay, and the symptoms of low sodium are weakness, which could also be this right here, headaches, nausea, like you could even feel like you have the flu, as in keto flu, restlessness, and even insulin resistance, okay, which I'm not going to get into too much in this video, but the point is that there's many different problems that occur when you don't have enough salt. Here's some other ones. Loss of potassium is another one. Here's some other ones too. When you increase aldosterone, you increase cortisol and adrenaline. That's right. Guess what that can create? Insomnia. There are people that start the ketogenic diet that can't sleep, and all they need is some salt, okay? Also, this can increase blood pressure. There are also people that do keto and they do all the right things, yet their blood pressure is too high. They need a little salt. The exact opposite of what they think. They're probably going to restrict salt, and they're wondering why it won't work. So, how much salt? 1 to 1.5 teaspoons per day. There's a great interview that I just did on the author from the book, The Salt Fix. I'll put it right here. Check it out. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.